What up, family? Getting out of your head and into your feelings. Who is the God of this world? Or what is the God of this world? So we normally think about religion and Jehovah and God and Anu and all this other stuff. But today I want to talk about getting out of your head, getting into your feelings, and let's talk about who is the God of this world. Please press 2 if you're going to share the video. Thanks for joining. What up, Sims? What up, Vaughn? Latamata is watching. Peace, peace, peace. What up, Divine Power? Salute. Abdul Cool Tafel Attack. Wabazun, Gamma Farragoon, Shalel Kaloon. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. And I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Estanje So, check it out. It's been a... What up, Vaughn? Sims is in the building. What up, Chris? Miranda. Thanks, everybody, for sharing. Anthony DeBerry. Miss Knight 87. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? So, have you ever heard the phrase, get out of your feelings? How many times have you heard somebody tell you to get out of your feelings? Or have you already said, or have you told somebody else to get out of their feelings? Somebody said, first define God. Anthony, do I still have to define God, or is God something that you have to define? Because I got a very good definition of God, several different definitions. But I want to know, how do you feel about God? People are always saying, asking me to define God. I want to know, what is your definition of God, not just mine. Team Leo, I'm Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. So please state your name, what city and state I already see your name, what city and state you in, and what is your team zodiac you representing. Yes, and if you're at work, put your headphones in. I see Team Gemini up in the spot. So, what up? Peace. Let me get into this share right here, because this one's definitely on my heart. What up, Tamar? HQ is in the building. So, people have always said, get out of your head, get out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings, right? And then even one of my favorite authors, Napoleon Hill, said, think and grow rich, right? Think and grow rich, right? But when we go to what up, Team Virgo in New York City? How you doing, sweetness? We got to do it live together sooner than later. Who is the God of this world? So God, if you want to look at definition of God, you can say generator, operator, and destroyer. What is generating, operating, and destroying the world? That's what God is. It doesn't matter who you pray to. I mean, it does matter who you pray to, but you could be praying to your ancestors, but they're not the God of this world because they're not in control. They can come in and assist you. But I'm talking about who is the God of this world. No Tep is right. What up? No Tep, everyone. No Tep. Not Hotep, but no Tep. So, your feelings is where your magic is at. Of course, I'm going to do some astrology, right? Your feelings are Cancer. That's emotions, energy in motion. That's your feelings. And when you follow your emotions wisely, then great things happen. But when you're not following them wisely, then you're jacked up. Or you're not even listening to your gut, to your instincts. What up, Zindy? What up, Big 404? What up, Najma? Just Naj. But when you're not following your gut instinct, your gut or your instinct, your gut is your instinct. And then you let your logical side of the brain, not a balanced brain because we so jacked up, the mind is the trap. That's where the Maya is at, the illusion. Your mind, the M in mind is for Maya, and Maya stands for illusion. You all can be tricked. I'm not that I can't be tricked, but I used to be a lot more susceptible to being tricked by concepts of letting my mind having to process things and ignoring my gut, ignoring my sixth sense. My sixth sense is not in my mind. It ain't about mastery. It's about discovery. It's about development. Did you see the post I posted earlier? That is all about developing spiritual stamina, so when things happen, you don't start reacting mentally. It says emotions and your feelings, but if I do react with my emotions are a sensory thing, to sense things. All the senses, you know what I'm saying, that I'm having really gonna come back to my attitude, and my attitude is gonna be my emotions. But what's the God of this world? Your mind. Everyone is out to rule your mind. If you're looking at me on Instagram, I'm looking up because I'm on Facebook. So I'm just putting both of these out here at the same time. Peace, LeBrit, Team Aquarius and ATL. What up, Shakira? Everyone is out for your mind. Your partner wants to know what you're thinking about. The commercials on TV want to dictate the patterns in your mind and your subconscious so they can determine where you're going to spend your money at, where you're going to buy your house at. Your fears and your ego are created by your mind. So your mind is the God of this world. And not only is your mind, listen, not just your mind, but mind. So take the word out of in front of mind, your mind, his mind, the mind, and just say mind is the God of this world. And so much of us get caught up in trying to outthink somebody. I got to get some more information, that you end up what? You jacked up. You jacked up because now you in your head. And what's coming up the next five months, 5 years, 50 years? Mental health. Mental health is everything. What up, Usef? Cinda is in the building. So intuition, feelings, and emotions are the God of this world. No, I didn't say emotions were the God of this world. Mind is the God of this world, because a lot of things are generated, created, and destroyed by feelings. No, they're not. When your feelings react to what your mind sent down to them, things get destroyed. Your feelings are more reactionary. But if they're not in tune with nature, then they're going to start tearing things up. But your feelings normally get pushed by the big emotion, which is fear. So let's talk about, where does fear come from? Fear comes from your ego. And ego is controlled by your mind. You don't need ego. You don't need a big ego to live in this world, to prosper. You can have a big ego, but you only need enough ego to get back home. But as soon as your ego starts getting big, you start becoming afraid of losing it. Oh, now I'm afraid. What up, Ronnie and Anitra? If you're coming on Instagram, please identify yourself. I'm Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. What city and state, and what's your zodiac team you on? So the facts are, when I see, and this is, you have to watch it, because we giving the mind authority to make decisions when the mind is only supposed to be doing what? Observing. Your mind is only supposed to be observing. But you don't let your mind get out of pocket and get with the God of this world, which is mind. And God of this world wants to keep you with a big ego so it can generate fear, so you can react emotionally and destroy what you got popping. Team Leo in Atlanta, what up? Dark Black Girl join. I see you. Thank you, everybody, for sharing the video. So the enemy is the illusion, because that's what do you think is generating it? Your feelings ain't generating the illusion. When you say in your gut, oh, I got this feeling, or you say, oh, that's my intuition. Did you know you had a brain in your stomach too? There's three Dantians in the Bible, in your body. There's the upper Dantian, and then there's the mid Dantian, and then the lower Dantian. We operating too much up here. We always keep talking about our higher self, and I got to get some more information, and the mind has got to get to it. All of a sudden, the God of this world got you trapped. When are you going to start taking responsibility for you and your actions? Shaman Derek, today my particular topic is, I don't know, what's the name of my joint? Oh, out of your head and into your feelings. Who is the God of this world? So we've been told to stay out of our feelings. Don't get caught on your feelings. But your feelings aren't lying to you. Lies are created through the mind. Then we end up getting jacked up relationships because we go against our gut of, should I be with this person? And we keep thinking. There's nothing wrong for my mind to develop a strategy for me. But the strategy is supposed to give it down to my stomach and let my gut make my decision. Shaman Derek is in the building. Peace to the God. Does this make any sense to anybody on a scale of 1 to 10? London is in the building. Oh, it's 12:20? Okay. Man, congratulations on that wedding you went to the other day. A lot of people was talking crazy about you. You know, I didn't really want to go through that. But my feelings was in it. And I was like, do I need to get on a plane and come over here? Well, go get some rest, big brother. But if you need me, I'm right here. And I got hitters in London too, if that's the case. So does this make sense that why would somebody tell me to get out of my feelings, get out of my instincts, and get into something that's being manipulated all day that doesn't rest? It's the sickest part of my being, of my existence. The sickest, most savage part of everything around this planet is our minds. The illusion that we live in. The illusion of religion, the illusion of being separate, the illusion of the different how spiritualities of one's better than the other, the illusion of competition. All of these illusions are coming from the Maya. But to be free, you got to get in your feelings. Shaman Derek, they just mad at a black man who's with some royalty. Bro, I feel you. They might as well stay mad at me because I'm always around it. So, next time somebody tells you to get out of your feelings, you know that that person is with the God of this world. Now, I'm not going to call them the devil. They running shit. What? Every 98 out of every 100. If you ever listen to Outwitting the Devil says, hey, I got 98 out of every 100 people that's on my squad. So he's the God of this world. You can call him any name you want. You can call him Shaitan, Jinn, whatever you want to do. But guess what? You got to do it anyway. You can't get caught up in thinking that, now the mind, because so many of us who want to be quote unquote conscious or spiritual, you never really left the church fully. Because you still got this savior mentality. And when is it coming? That means you're still in the illusion. And they are continually developing over and over again what type of illusion to play next. And when I say they, it is the collective mind. Peace, Shaman Derek. Rest it well, brother. So there's no overthrowing of the mind. There's no destroying of the mind. You can only reassign the mind. So can I get everybody that put hashtag reassign the mind? And thank you, Monique. I appreciate it. You're looking beautiful as well. Reassign the mind. The mind got one function. Well, a couple of functions, but they all got the same word. To see. To become wise. To observe. Even to gather data. But it's not the mind's job to decide. You got to reassign the mind. The mind done snuck up and pulled a coup and overthrew your government, which is your body, and it's in charge. Oh, be smarter than the other person. I want to be in touch with my feelings more than I was yesterday. See, when somebody says be smarter, get you another degree, woo, 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 what they're telling you is they want you to compete. As soon as you get into a competition, you're done, because now you don't even realize your own worth. In this Gemini season, we can shift our minds. Reassign. You can't just shift it. You must make a total reassignment of your mind. Whose job is it? Your gut. Everybody please type in my gut. It's my job, gut. Taurus is all about, due to recent events, what I'm talking about is a little past astrology. I'm a mean astrologer. I'm just very, very useful when people come to me for my particular skills and talents as an astrologer. I used to say I was one of the best, but then guess what? That was my mind trying to pit me against someone else, for someone else to be not as good as me. But it's my gut. It's my gut that I need to move and operate from, my Dantian, because my power center is not up here. My power center is down here. The archetypes. Gotcha. But the stomach is ruled by Cancer. So this conversation started, I think, before you got here. The first thing I started talking about was Cancer over Gemini or Cancer over Libra. The Mercurial piece is going to take you to mental health. So why is there's going to be this big push to mental health in the next 5 months, 5 years, 50 years? What's up, Erotic Secrets, Team Leo and Charlotte? So the key is I need to get away from where the unhealthy place is at and shift. Not shift, I'm sorry, that's what Monique said. Shifting is good if you're going to start there. But then what do I got to do? I got to get into my feelings. So I got to reassign my mind, but now I got to reassign my gut too. What do you think about that? So now put in hashtag reassign my gut. I reassign my mind to only see, observe, and become wise. The mind is supposed to see, observe, and become wise. I need to be deciding from my gut what my feelings are. Reassigning. Because then when you start comparing and then you start getting angry, you know the things that you're getting angry for? The damn data that you brought into your mind. I remember Monique used to be upset, you know what I'm saying? Me too, about white people and different things concerning race. Guess where all that stuff was coming from? It wasn't coming from my feelings. It was because the mind was linking into my mind to try to sell me on the whole slavery bullshit. You need to watch all these things and let me program your mind to think you came from a slave, and that way you're going to have this deep-seated hate and indifference to white people. Voila. Yeah, she said I was enraged. Well, guess what? That was her rage was coming from what her mind created, because her mind created competition between her ego and somebody else's ego that she needed to prove something. Ooh, I'm on my human design ish right now, Monique. Honey, you got to get Ricky onto human design. It would with what he has with astrology, if you can help him reassign, because he's all in his head. Oh, he's way up in his head. Way, 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 way. There's a lot of us in our head, man. Superstars that's in our head. It's got to be a reassigning of the gut and a reassigning of the mind. What I need is to let my gut start making these decisions based off of what my mind saw. My mind got some data. That's okay. But then I can also tell my mind to see through some stuff too. We haven't been assigning our mind to see through things. What's up, Elizabeth Marshall? How you doing? What up, Joshua? Hopefully this is making sense to some folks. Absolutely. So don't let anybody tell you to get out of your feelings. You better get out of your head. There's so many of y'all overthinking things. Like astrology, for instance. And now I understand why I have Saturn conjunct my Mercury. It didn't want me to care about secondary progressions and all of that. All I needed was the elementals. Now I needed my fundamentals and my dates and stuff like that to do more effective magic. But where do we start since we are so programmed? Jennifer Scraggs asked a good ass question. You're going to have to start experimenting. You're going to have to start experimenting. Hold on, I'm going to get back to that question. Let me finish the story. The elements of, what are the 4 elements of magic and astrology? They are the same. Who knows? Monique is going to answer first, but does anybody else know? What are the 4 elements of magic or setting up your altar and astrology? Yeah, how many of y'all are overthinker? Press 5, raise your hand. Monique, I know you are after this conversation right here. If you are overthinker, press 5. But somebody tell me, what are the 4 elements of magic and astrology and your altar? They're the exact same. Monique, you ain't gonna answer this one? Fire, air, earth, and water. Look at Erotic Secrets. I see you. Erotic Secrets hit it. All 4 elements, they're the same elements of magic as it is astrology. That's what they have in common. That's what shows they go together. Right. What up, Cosmic Queen? Water, fire, earth, and air. They all go together. So, Mr. I Believe in Me, what it do? I saw you out at the, no, you went at the pool yesterday. So, when we let these elements in, I got the foundation right, I have to go back to trusting that, because the mind was like, you need more than the 4 elements. You need and you need more than the planets, and you need more than the signs. You need progressions, and you need to do predictions, and you need all this other stuff, and you need this, and you need this. And you was like, yeah, because if you don't, that person over there is a better astrologer than you, and you're not a good astrologer. So or theirs is better than yours. When you hear someone, look at all these 5s popping up. Good God Almighty. When you hear someone asking which is better, you already know the God of this world has control of you, because you link with their mind. You're done. You can come out of it, but at the present time, you're cooked, right? The God of this world needs you to overthink things. So everybody who pressed 5 and 4.5s, the God of this world is running your show. But you have to come back and say, let me do an experiment. Because he eased you into it, you're going to have to ease out of it. So, go back and start to wait. Ooh. Go back and start to wait until you check your gut before you do something. Some of you need to wait for an invitation. Some of you just need to wait to respond. Some of you need to wait a whole month before you do something. Waiting is going to be your experiment. Right. So even when, look how the mind got you. Monique says, I've been calling upon my higher self. That means she hasn't been recognizing her lower self. Like as if her higher self is better than her lower self. They used to be together. You need to go. Your higher self don't need you to contact it. Your lower self needs you to reel him in. Your lower self needs you to reel him or her back in. That's the one that's got everything jacked up. Higher self and lower self used to run together, right? Higher self says, I'm gonna take care of everything. Just relax. Lower self says, you're gonna make me your slave. That was when the mind came in and said, let's divide. I need them to get back together. But lower self don't want to let higher self take care of it. Lower self don't want to wait and trust that higher self will take care of it. Unless they in trouble. When lower self get in trouble, Azalee L, what it do, sweets? How you feeling? When lower self get in trouble, of course it's going to holler for higher self. But really, lower self ain't never in trouble. It's all false alarm. Teamwork make the dream work. Remember, your higher self always been there. That's your mind. That's your mercurial self that you want to keep on with These affirmations that we make are not as powerful. The words that we make, they're coming from our mind. So that's why we have to say, when we're dealing in pleasure, let me talk to Monique for a second and a couple of other people. When we talk about pleasure and we are practicing Tantra, are we using words or sounds? When you are in a state of pleasure, are you using words or sounds? And when you are in a sense of pain, are you using words or sounds? Somebody answer. This is good. Thanks everybody. If you just got here, please identify yourself. I'm Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. Say your city and state and what zodiac you in, and press 2 so you know that I know that you shared this video. We use sounds, not words. You ain't calling upon your higher self when you are having sex or in pain or having pleasure or invoking pain. You are making sounds. You're either talking about ow, or you're saying or the big one most of y'all don't want to make is what? Men scared to make that sound. But they want the woman to make it, but then they're scared of the responsibility that comes with it. As Elise said, my oneness, they be tripping when they realize, my higher and lower self be tripping when they realize they oneness. They from the same place. They came in the same car. Your lower self just jumped out the car. You know what happened? You jump out the car running about 80, you're going to roll and get a lot of bruises on it. Then you get up in your mind and say, look what higher self did to you. You don't need to call upon your higher self. Your higher self really is always there. Your lower self is thinking that we need to be separate. So I don't need to call on my lower self. I need to go talk to lower self and say we are one with higher self. I ain't got to call nobody. Right. Let me get them vibrations. Is the lower self the same in our inner self or child? Is it termed? Look at Michelle trying to categorize it with her mind. Your enemy has snuck in here. It don't matter. Don't try to overthink what I'm telling you. Feel it in your mind. Get out of your head, Michelle. And does this feel and resonate with you what I'm saying? Don't worry about is the higher self or the lower self, our inner child. Let me categorize it. Your mind, see? Thank you very much, Michelle. Your mind starts to categorize stuff too much and makes you want to separate things and put this over here and put this over there. You don't got to do that. I need some peach cobbler too. I see you over there, Ivy's Heavenly Cobbler. You can just come by the house. I got some money for you right now. You got something in the car. I'm over here on Central Villa. You know the address. Do I need to text you? Because I will buy some peach cobblers from you right now. They are sacred. I'm talking feelings entirely. There we go. Well, then if you're talking feelings entirely, then guess what? If you're in your feelings and lower self is not trying to keep y'all divided and mind is not keeping you divided, then what we've been calling higher self will just come and reunite. Higher means something is lower. I don't know. I just have to talk to you. I've been dealing with these psychedelics out here and these entheogens, and I done seen some different type of things, and it's a lot different. I'm asking because I hear so many different terms. Deal with sounds and feelings. You came in late. You might have to go back and catch this at the from the beginning, Michelle. But she has a point. She says, I'm asking because I hear so many different terms. Intellect divides. That's where the mind comes in, made a big ego, and created fear that your ego would shrink or maybe go away, which is impossible because your ego is a part of your kundalini. So somebody talking about, I practice kundalini yoga. You practice kundalini yoga by going to the mailbox, by reading, as long as you got life force energy. The frog was what got me here. That's right, that toad. That's right, that 5 MEOs is something else. There you go, Michelle. Now you're asking the proper questions. How was that toad? Psilocybin and 5-MeO. But when the feeling is right. Now look, I don't know how long my battery's about to die on Instagram. I ain't gonna be in too much longer, but if it does, you're gonna have to switch back over to Facebook. That's where I'm at. But the key for me to and psilocybin is not a plant, and I don't mess with ayahuasca. I don't need ayahuasca. It's all good. I'm going with the oldest. I'm going with the oldest joint on the planet. That's me. I'm gonna always go with the old head. Yes, because the mind has got all these inhibitors. So when you hear people talking about, Michelle, have you tried the toad? The mind got these inhibitors to try to block you from seeing some things and block some things out from getting into you. So that means they turn on the fear quality real quick to say, oh, that's illegal, or that's bad for you, or did you hear the story of the other people who did it and now this is what's going on with them? That's all the God of this world. The God of this world is mind, not your mind, mind. And mind came in and got your mind tuned in with mine, and now you're caught up in the Maya, M-A-I-A, the illusion. Black mystery at its best. What up, LaFear? Right. I was in my inbox the other day going back and forth with my brother LaFear because that's my brother, and he stays in his head. He wants to figure things out. So he sent me a video that I did not want to see that was invoking the wrong type of feelings. And he was like, oh, I want to make sure that you are aware of this. I don't want to be aware of what mind is putting out there. I don't want to be aware of what somebody's ignorance that looked like a victory. I don't want to be aware of that. Yes. Somebody's asking me, what is the toad? First off, I'm just going to say everything needs to be in correct setting no matter what you're doing. You are the main psychedelic. You the number one psychedelic player, and that means you have to have proper set and setting. Your mind won't let you have proper set and setting because it's running all these illusions and plays and hypotheses through your mind and all this other stuff, and you don't even know how to stay in the present. Stay in the present, player. Yeah. Aries, baby, I see you. What up, son? What up, baby? So, why they do that? I thought hating was a weak emotion. Hating is a weak... But remember, they're trying to control our emotions through our minds. Right. Dante is in the building. What up, Lord? The God of the world. The God of this world is not money. It's not even pussy. You know what I'm saying? We say pussy make the world go round. And then money make the pussy easier. More, not even affordable, but more able to deal with or whatever. That's just the phrase. But guess what? It's the mind that runs it all. Because whatever you agree with on what your mind said, because the mind is powerful, but you got to reassign it. It's supposed to only be a wisdom generator. Those share these before it gets deleted. Mind control. They push that on our communities. Yes, let me just say that too. Don't you send me something in my inbox talking about let's share this and make it go viral before it gets deleted. You don't know who is they. Who is they going to delete something? How do you know who started that? Where'd that come from? With 5G coming and the way artificial intelligence runs, it's watching and recording every move that we make. Shenanigans, wise moves, ridiculousness, because the artificial intelligence does not want to get up off of control, which is exactly what your mind is. Your mind is artificial intelligence. Think and Grow Rich. What a great book. Outwitting the Devil. What a great book. But to outwit the devil truly is for me to take all power from my mind. Can you take power from your mind? He said, our power is so massive, I'm grateful for everything. The creator is the shit. Proper mind setting before dipping in these dialects. No, not proper mind settings. You'll never deal with psychedelics if you say, I need to have proper proper mind settings. No, there's proper environmental settings. Your environment. Your mind, you got to get into some psychedelics to get past the mind. Look here, don't think coaches out here telling you to go run up on some PCP or some LSD or some whatever. Do we need ancient medicines? Sure. Should we try it by ourselves with the mind being in charge? Hell to the no. No. Just like when you're doing magic mushrooms. Set and settings and a sitter. The 3 S's: set, settings, and the sitter. Bitter Haru is in the building. Your mind is not your mind, but mind is the God of this world. Generator, operator, destroyer. It runs things whether you agree with it or not. Allah is not the God of this world. Jesus, Elohim, Anu is not, because those are people we go to for assistance, but they're not the God of this world. As long as you're in your head and not in your feelings, you are the subject of mind. Not my mind, but just mind. And then when somebody wants to manipulate you, guess what? They just go through their mind. She said, my daddy ran naked in the street smoking PCP. PCP ain't no medicine. It's not a medicine of the shamans. Nah. And what was the set and setting? So that's the other thing. The mind goes and tries to get you to requalify ancient medicines like you supposed to take them and go to the party and go to the club. That's the problem with marijuana now. We're abusive of marijuana. We're abusive of ayahuasca. We are abusive of psilocybin in the plant medicine. But you won't be abusive of that toad. You ain't got to worry about that. For one, there's not enough to go around. They might try to synthesize it. But you start developing this dependency on these things when really it's you. They call them mind-altering substances, right? Then you don't need it. It's okay, and you might need it at times, but you need it when you feel that you need it, then that's that. But you have to watch when you partaking in something. Am I partaking in it because of my mind or because I feel like I need it? Oh, yeah. The THC in marijuana contains nicotine. The THC in marijuana contains nicotine, but it's at such a low level that the FDA is not going to classify it as something like tobacco. And it's not going to give you no Surgeon General warnings. But nicotine, not just the terpenes, but nicotine affects the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, because that's where the addictions come from. Everybody who says plant medicine is plant medicine and it's for healing, all of them are not non-addicts. It's a lot of addicts are using the same verbiage as the real doctors or the real shamans or the real high-end, whatever. They're using that verbiage to say, hey, I can smoke this because it's from the earth. Poison ivy's from the earth. You ain't trying to smoke that. Stephanie said, I get rid of fear shared on my timeline. Keeping our space free and clear. Fear and doubt keeps us from reacting. Absolutely. Thanks for listening, Joshua. Man, I'm here late, but I'm here for this. Nella, go back and catch it from the beginning. Get your quartz crystals together, everyone. I don't agree with that, Vaughn. Not to be disagreeable, but just I've seen some other stuff. Quartz crystals, all quartz crystals are going to do is eat up energy. What are you getting your quartz crystals? What are you getting your quartz crystals for? You just telling everybody to run out and get crystals? Like, that's New Age. And New Age is all mind again. Now I'm just assigning something that's external to me. What about reassigning to the gut? Remember, that's what this is about. Reassigning the mind to see, observe, and become wise, but no decisions. And reassigning the gut to start making decisions with sounds. Uh-huh and uh-uh. And oh no. Them your 3 sounds. Michelle Kirk is in the building. What up, Stedman? Why be emotional? Are you just getting here? Because emotions is energy and motion. You have to please go back and watch the beginning. Al Crown Tarot is in the building. Peace to the God. Right. Ancient meds offer healing and expansion. The emotional guiding system works perfectly when judgment is relinquished. So what do we do with fear? The reason I ask is because I've been told to conquer fear and get out of my comfort zone. But if I'm going off feelings, I may be scared for a good reason. You have to start the separation process, bruh. It ain't going to be overnight, Brother Anthony. It's not going to be overnight. How long? Think about how old you are. And then take 5 years off of that. So if you're 35, for 30 years, your mind has been programmed to be in control. If you're 50, for 45 years, your mind. If you're 21, for 16 years, your mind has been programmed. Because they had to catch them last 2 years of the child psychology. So, it's not going to be no... So, I feel what you're saying. I've been told to conquer fear. Who told you? Fear can be useful. But the whole thing is, don't worry about fear right now. Let's worry about, if you go to the root, see, your mind is telling you to ask me about fear because it doesn't want me to ask. Nobody's asking me about the mind. Everybody's asking me about fear and emotions and all this other stuff, but nobody's asking me about the God of this world. Who come in here talking about some is Satan? I'm back through Facebook, Team Leo, Jefferson, Indiana. What up, Tamika? New Age has become the religion. So Satan is the God of this world. No, Linda. Satan is an illusion. Satan exists in the Maya. There's no proof of a Satan, but there's a proof of a generator, operator, destroyer that's generating your thoughts, making you operate off of what you think, and destroying things off of what you think. Because religions, Satan, Jesus, Allah, God, whatever, are all ideals. So they were all generated in the mind. But when you go into the body and stop becoming top heavy, you start to have real experiences. Like masturbating. Masturbating is not a mental construct. It's in the body. An orgasm, having a child, getting shot, eating so much food that you're ready to fall asleep, drinking too much water, having to go to the bathroom. All these are real life experiences in the body. And where we are in our evolution as spiritual beings having a human experience, we must start getting back into the body and out of our heads. I hope this makes sense. Teach psychology breakdown. Did you know that? And so, look at that. You know that thank you for bringing that up, Shaquana. All these people who haven't figured out their life in college, they want to be a psychology major. And then when you ask them, you know what they say? So I can figure out what this person is thinking. So you can figure out what that person is thinking. What are you talking about? What are the steps to separation? There you go, Anthony. Much better. But psychologists are the most unemployed. That's the degree that has the largest unemployment levels of everybody is psychologists. But you need, the answer to mental health is not more psychologists. The answer to mental health is get out of that lane. Remember, like when they were talking about all the accidents that happen on the highway, what were they asking? People should start riding together. If there's more cars on the highway, there'll be less accidents. There's more traffic accidents on the highway because there's more cars. So why don't we start riding together, or catching the bus, or catching the subway, or working from home? Working from home helps prevent accidents on the highway. Preventive maintenance. So why don't you go to the core? Voila. Detach and let go. What are the steps for detaching and letting go? It's not what are the steps to separation. It's the steps to reassigning. It's the steps to reassigning. The first step is meditation. let me talk about meditation for a second. If you're having a problem meditating, please go to coachescloset.com, put your name and your email address in, and I will send you a free 17-minute microcosmic orbit meditation course. I'm trying to quiet my mind. I'm trying to do this to my mind. That's not what meditation is for. Listening. I'm taking psychology right now, and my teacher does not get it, honey. What are you taking psychology for? You should be taking something called emotional awareness. What about emotional intelligence? You see how that's rising now? More people talking about emotional intelligence. Jamal Prosperity Griggs in the building. Peace to the God. Quayle's in the building. Please identify yourself. I work from home. That's right. Reassigning. I don't even know why I have to take the psychology class. Because they're trying to get in your head. The God of this world. Who did I say it is the God of this world? How many of y'all have been listening so far? If you've been on here since the beginning or halfway and you can tell me the answer, please help the new people. Who is the God of this world? Somebody answer this for me, please. Coachescloset.com. That's it. Thank you, Shakira. Who is the God of this world? If you're trying to meditate and you're not successful, go to, oh no, not with an E, Shakira. Take the E out. No E in Coach's Closet. No E. Just Coaches with an S. The elephant hoodies I had on the other day. Yo, I went back to get one for Kalindi, and they only selling t-shirts in the summertime. They ain't even got them up on the website. Gonna have to wait till it gets cold. My bad. Trust me, I was looking for one, yesterday. It's not an elephant hoodie, it's a Ganesha hoodie. Get you the Dropbox app too. Coach's Closet with no E. Coach's Closet with no E, please. The mind, that's right, the mind. The mind is the God of this world. Team Capricorn, North Carolina, what it do? So, I don't need to defeat the mind. I need to reassign the mind. I need to reassign the God of this world. Ooh. If you're just taking a psychology class and it's not your major and you just need it to get your paperwork, then sit down and do what you got to do and keep it moving. Yes, thank you, Wild Cookie. Coach's Closet. .com. That's it. So, I need to reassign the mind. What are the steps of reassigning the mind and reassigning the gut? Let the gut exercise. Ooh, I said that. Your mind is getting too much exercise and your gut ain't getting enough exercise. So if your mind is making all the decisions and you're trying to reassign your gut to making some decisions, go 7 days and wait for the sound or For 7 days. For 7 days, let your stomach practice making decisions. That's how you reassign it. How's it going to get reassigned? That's like you go to work to a new job and you have to shadow somebody, or you're an apprentice. That's what you need to do, because otherwise it's not going to work. Yeah, there are some other ones, but the one I have, they're not selling that until it get cold again. But you can just type in Ganesha hoodie on the internet. It's a lot of people selling Ganesha hoodies. They just ain't selling the one I had. Let the gut exercise. That's right. Linda, since you brought up Satan, you want to beat Satan? Let the gut exercise. Exercise the gut. Do some sit-ups. I could definitely do with some more sit-ups. But I let my gut exercise by saying or What do I feel like? Or Hey, Alice. I felt like cooking out. I felt like grilling last night after no one in Atlanta invited me to come to their cookout. I felt like grilling at 8:30 last night. The grill got fired up at 10:15. I had to go all the way to Kroger to get the meat, the bread, the pickles, and I got juices and other stuff to go with it. But guess what? I did it because that's what I felt. I said, is this what you want to do? When I ate the burger, it was like 11 o'clock or something. I was like, boy, you know, you got to stay up till 1. Uh-huh. And that's what I did. Stayed up till like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So now, how do I reassign the mind? Start taking some responsibilities away from it. Stop talking so much. Lysandra, what it do? Stop talking so much. Quit overthinking things. Hang with people who are doing a better job than you. I'm going to do another video too. I'm going to finish this one first. This one's called Out of Your Head and Into Your Feelings. Get in contact with your feelings. Start telling yourself it's okay for you to feel. It's okay for you to be emotional. You just don't need to make a decision while you're emotional. Oh, let me talk about that. Really, 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 really hard. Everybody type that. No decisions while emotional. No, everybody type no decisions while emotional. Everybody put that up. No decisions while emotional. So is Ganesha from the mind as well. What's the difference between Ganesha and Jesus? Maya, look at your mind is trying to take over now. What does that got to do with what we're talking about? Look how your mind was like, throw him this distraction. I ain't thinking about that. Let me tell you about how emotions move. Emotions is energy in motion, right? The fear said we explaining the mystery. So that wave is, they go up and then they go down. They go up and then they go down. They go up and they go down. On the way up is the worst time to make a decision. When your emotions are on the way up is the worst time to make a decision. At the height is the other worst time. Oh, on the way up is a bad time to make decision. At the height of your emotions is the worst time to make decisions. No decisions while emotional. Michael Phoenix is in the building. No decisions while emotions are going up or at the height. Let the emotions start to wane and descend. Now you have all the information. You saw the energy build up. You saw the energy plateau and peak. And now the energy is going down. Now I'm going to make a decision. Because emotions is an awareness center. Grounding on my life. Grounding on my life. That's that Nipsey. Fruits are your friends, everyone. Vaughn, what are you talking about? Is that for another post? What do you mean fruits are your friends? I don't understand. Well, guess what? Because my stomach is saying, because I don't understand what you're saying. And I'm happy with that. This is the other piece in the transition. Be happy with not knowing something. Be happy with not knowing and don't stress yourself to know. Because if I am worried about not knowing or stressing myself about knowing it, I'm back in the mind. Cleaning the guts. Absolutely. Not all fruits are your friend, though. All fruits ain't your friend. Some fruits is the friend. Drink some more water. My not self theme is frustration. I respond in satisfaction. No, when you respond correctly, Stephanie, you're going to get satisfaction. Stephanie, inbox me and remind me to send you some new heat I got. I got some new human design heat for a couple of folks who've been studying human design. I got some heat for you. Vaughn said, he know all fruit ain't good for you. Right. I ain't going to get into that. Some fruits are better than others. I'll say that. So, talk less. Stop trying to know so much. Drink some more water. Meditate. 7 days, let your stomach make and decisions. And no decisions as emotions are going up or peaking. No decisions going up. Did everybody share this video? I get attention deficit disorder somewhere. I don't think everybody shared this video. Right. So that's what I charge, is pressing 2. If you inbox me and remind me to send you the human design heat that I found, then I will send it to you. But don't think I'm going to remember. Now, back to, did you share the video? I ask people when you come on here to please share the video. So just press 2 if you shared the video. Thank you, Shakira. Some of y'all I already know, but some of y'all who just came in late, you don't know the policy. When you get here, name, zodiac sign, share the video, then press 2. Then come on in, let's keep it popping. Because some people need to watch this replay because they are unaware of who the God of this world is. Talk less, drink water, meditate. No decisions as emotions are peaking. Rising or peaking, Linda. Linda over there with the notepad like, nigga, yeah, that right. Listen, and wait more. I can wait more. Tell yourself I can wait more. I can wait a little while longer. Oh, here go a good one right here. You want to know another good way to reassign the mind and give it to the gut? This phrase right here. Everybody type this in. Let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. Shaquana Yasad Aga McDowell Minor with your long ass name. Peace, Team Pisces. You didn't say what city and state you was from. The phrase, here go the secret recipe. Let me sleep on it. Ooh. Ooh, I love you too, Stephanie. You got to watch the replay. Let me sleep on it. Somebody type that in the comments. That's not let me sleep on it, but let me sleep on it. Well, some of y'all, Jennifer says, let me sleep on it. That's okay. But you can hit it with a let me sleep on it. What you mean get out your head? Sign up for the 17 minutes of meditation video. Oh, y'all already over there? Matter of fact, I'm sending that thing out fresh here in a few minutes. Get off it. That's seeing my feelings right now. I'm ready to get off the video and go over there and make sure everybody gets the meditation video. I'm ready. My gut ain't in this no more. My mind definitely is out of the picture. There you go, Chanel. There you go, Jennifer. Let me sleep on it. Let me. Ooh, LETMI. Right, let me sleep on it. Somebody trying to press you. They're trying to press your emotions. When you feel that your emotions is going up, wherever the pressure is coming from is from the mind. The God of this world is trying to pressure you. We often think that when we hear the word God, I have to do what God said. Not all gods. All gods ain't the best God for you. The mind is definitely not the best God for you. Righto. Let me sleep on it. Y'all getting it now? Yes. Let me sleep on it. And if somebody's pressing you for it right then, they don't know how to wait. So they are under the what? They under the yoke of the God of this world as slaves. And their lower self is going to be that much harder to get back together with their higher self so they could team up and get up out this hole. Because that's where we at. We in a hole, whatever. And to get up out of it, you ain't going to be able to do it by yourself. You're going to have to unite what we used to call lower self and used to call higher self together. But the mind is in the way because the mind loves the power that it gets from your body. Look, the heaviest head. I got a big ass head with locks. So this is heavy. But my body weighs more than this. But I got this little thing right here trying to run the whole body. It don't make sense. The big thing supposed to be running things. The big thing, the body supposed to be running things. We gave control over in voting. And we always talking about get out the vote. All those people who talking about get out the vote, they are definitely servants of the God of this world. The email is going to come from is going to be hello@coachkhayr.com. You got it already? Tasha Sanders, hey baby. Team Long Island City, New York. Okay, I see you. So don't let somebody pressure you. Watch people's emotions. This is another experiment, how you separate. Folks who didn't see this video, you should watch them. You should watch them and be like, hey, what are you doing? I like this. As much as I want to take this down and I got something else I want to put up here, he's always a reminder that he's waiting. While he's meditating, he's waiting. He's listening. He's listening to the mind. In his meditation, he's listening to his mind. His mind is analyzing things. That's why in the meditation, stop trying to tell your mind to be quiet. Stop trying to tell your mind. How many of y'all, when y'all meditate, say, I can't quiet my mind? Press, press 3 if you've said that. I'm trying to meditate, but I can't quiet my mind. Press 3 if you've said that. Press 0 if you've never said that. Teach your children to wait for a response, to respond by sleeping on it when they ask you something. Hell yeah. Right? So now, what up, Love Pure Light? The mind is observing. You're supposed to let the thoughts come through and pass through like a TV commercial. Let the thoughts come through. But what you don't know how to do is breathe correctly. A lot of y'all don't know how to breathe in a meditation. The breathing is going to create something that you've never experienced before since you were a baby. When you go back, this video is going to teach you how to breathe during meditation. That's where you've been jacked up at. Then you can make a decision down here. See where he got an altar set up at? Look. Look how he has an altar set up. He got his altar set up. He going to make a firm decision down here in the gut. The lower dantian. All the power being concentrated down here. Why ain't he meditating with his hands on his head like this? Why nobody meditates with their hand on his head? Right. Team Taurus, I see you. You're not supposed to quiet your mind down. Who told you? Get the video. If you get the video, I'll teach you how to breathe and meditate at the same time. What up, Love? Love Ford came in, so guess what? That must be a good time for me to get off of here because she can catch the replay. Everybody tell Love who the God of this world is, who's been on here so long. Everybody, if you just got here, please press 2. Coach's Closet to get the free meditation. My hair is distracting and taking over. That's Love's way of saying that I'm attractive. That's what my gut is saying. I feel it in my gut. But she's monogamous, so she got to, and that's okay. That's how she feel in her mind. That's why I tell you to breathe. That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad my hair is distracting. I love your hair. I love your hair. Well, thank you for loving my hair. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. The mind is the God of this world, and we're supposed to get out of our mind and get into our feelings. There's a reassignment, not a separation. I think Vaughn, you asked me that earlier. Somebody asked me. Oh, and I respect Love's her monogamous situation that she got going on. But if she was to be like, we doing poly, and you can come in, I don't have no problem with women having 2 kings. As long as they both kings. When a woman got 2 nincompoops or 2 court jesters is a problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a woman with 1 king is going to try to go and dip down and get, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of you women say, hey, I got 1 king. What I'm going to do with 2? Don't knock it till you try it. I ain't going to tell you. I ain't going to spoil your surprise. When I first introduced to meditation, quieting the mind was the focus. Then I learned the microcosmic orbit. It's a wrap. Once you learn the microcosmic orbit, all the other stuff go out the door. Then you can add on different techniques. But if you can't concentrate on the mind being quiet, you have to do something and reassign the mind. Microcosmic orbit reassigns the mind. What jewel did I drop today? Shakira, I'm asking you, but I'm asking everybody, what was the big jewel that I dropped today that you can take away and that you can use immediately? In so I can watch the replay. Just playing but serious. I am, Captain. I'm finna get up out of here. Trust me. Captain, did you share the video and did you go and put your email address in? Because I'm about to heat up my hamburger, make some more fries, and send everybody an email. Yeah, you can get 2 kings. It's tough though because most of y'all don't qualify. Most people don't qualify. Most women don't qualify for 2 kings. They got the ability, but you still don't qualify. Like I now have the ability and qualify for 2 queens, but I didn't have the qualifications before. I had the ability, but didn't have the qualifications. And ability and qualifications are 2 separate things. Whole nother conversation. You're not in a hurry to making the decision. Mind is the God of this world. Energy is energy. Emotions is energy and motion. Word. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how did I do today in this share? I always like to ask your, your feedback. Not that I got to change how I did it, because you all might put zeros in. But if you really like what I had to share today, please hit it with a 10. If you didn't like it, put a 1 and put somewhere in there in the middle how you think it was today. Thank you, Shakira. I appreciate it. My notes, DM me. Oh, if you send me a friend request, please send a message. I do not accept friend requests without messages. I should start saying that at the very beginning of videos. Yes. Yes. If you're on YouTube, salute. Appreciate you. If you're on my Moon Magic course, y'all know what time it is. Hint, hint. If you're in my Moon Magic Masterclass, if you've taken it over at moonmagic.com, then you know what time it is from Sunday till tomorrow. Hint, hint. Moon Magic folks, MM28. You welcome, Mr. Anthony. Kendra said I resonated with her today. That's great. Michelle said she's gonna catch it from the beginning. Yay. Okay. The Moon Magic course, I would suggest that. Prosperity 365, of course. And then if you're having a problem with this separation and this didn't help and you need to get like a one-on-one session or something, just hit me on the DM. We'll figure out how we're going to get it done. All right. I appreciate it. I'd like to do 2 more videos today too. Could I squeeze them in? I want to do one on the miracle prayer and start teaching that. I want to start with lesson 1 of the miracle prayer. Awesome breakdown of emotional guidance system. Absolutely. What up, Lucy Ori? Peace to the queen. And I got one I want to do called You Are When You're Locked Out of Your Spiritual Account. Some of y'all are locked out of your spiritual account. And I got to do the little video because I can't seem to get back into the divine feminine room. So I'm going to have to do the little one I am in public. But I might not. Because somebody told me I should make that a webinar. What do y'all need me to teach? Just let me know what it is you need me to do a course on. So I need to teach something that y'all want me to teach on. I don't want to teach something just because I want to teach it and then nobody shows up. Princess, what's happening? I'll be getting the Moon Magic soon. Hey, Chris. All right, fam. Please do the spiritual account video. Facts. Let me go heat up this hamburger and send this email out, and I'll be back. And then we might try to get the miracle prayer video in tonight, because I really would like to get that done this month too. Teach a couple of people the miracle prayer. All right. I found you in peace, and I'm going to leave you in prayer. Enabakoa, Gijalaki Minka, Tatia Tezera, Kabel Renata, Amcha Sagvanu, Tahara Nunara, Nagibor, Shea Kadeka, Kabava Shamna, Barkam Taram, Rakame, Tazika Taka, Tamid Gamlin, Kasin Kadosh, Barruf, Tufa, Yakid Gehel, Chapanez, Okrea Katushka Teka, Shavatanu Kabel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, Yodea Talamot, Buruk Shem, Govo Makuto, Lalam Vayed. Do a big shout out to Queen Shelly Rowe. How do we get the meditation video? Coach's Closet. Hit the link that's pinned. Coach's Closet with no E. COACHS Closet.com. How I Became a King. Yeah, that's not gonna be on no Becoming a King. We're gonna put that on a webinar. Word. How much? That sounds like a $98 course. Just off the gut. That's what came out to me. How much? How to Becoming a King. Yeah. I can't talk about king shit. Really, I only think I should be talking about king shit for less than $100. For less than 3 digits. In my opinion. Just like if I teach how to get a king, I can't teach that for less than those are two good classes right there. I like those. Ladies, would you come to that class? How to get a king? How to get and keep a king. I am working on my book. But Alice, I want you to inbox me what titles you think I should write for a book. So Alice, please inbox me the titles of what you think I should write. And anybody else who thinks I should write a book, please put me up on the title. But just DM it to me. If you just getting here and you sending me a friend request, please go back and send me a message because I don't accept without it. Alrighty. All right, fam. I appreciate y'all. Peace.